Where and when were you born?
1949 in Saigon, Vietnam.
What did your parents do?
They did regular the farm, build a farm.
And then did you have any siblings?
Yeah. You got 2 sisters, 1 brother. They live over there. They live in Vietnam.
And did any of them serve in the military?
Yeah, my brother and my brother-in-law.
What were you doing before you entered the service?
I did regular worker.
What branch of the military did you serve?
The local army. We do the checkpoint around the Tân Sơn Nhất Airport.
Did you enlist or were you drafted?
I enlist.
Why did you choose the local army?
Because that means you can get close to your family. Someday you go do some operation, someday you have time to stay home, go back to your family.
What happened when you departed for training camp and during your early days of training?
I got 3 months basic training, and after that I go back to the local army.
Do you remember your instructors?
No.
Did you receive any special training?
No.
How did you adapt to military life, including the physical regimen, barracks, food, and social life?
It'll be okay. Because someday you go with the army to do something, someday you're at home.
Where did you serve?
Where?
I
do the checkpoint around the Tân Sơn Nhất Airport.
What memories do you have of that experience?
Yeah. Every night, sometimes we go what they call our boat. They send about 10 guys with the gun, supply and everything, go outside the bay. And some night like that, and we worry to death because we don't have no radio, no communication. Some night you hear some gunshot, you don't have no idea how many people get killed or nothing. You have to wait until the morning, maybe 9, 10 o'clock in the morning, and they round up some more troops before we go find out what's going on with some guy that night. From time to time we have some guy get killed.
What combat action did you witness?
That's it very much. Some night we have to go to our boat. What our boat mean that the bay got about maybe 60 guys in there. And they send you about 10 guys outside. In case the communist try to attack a bay and they hit you first. So by that time you have some, gun sound, stuff like that, and wake up the bay. They know they're coming.
What were your duties in the war?
Surgeon.
If you saw combat, how did you feel when witnessing casualties and destruction?
Really bad. Yes, somebody get killed, doesn't matter, your guy get killed, another enemy get killed. Bloody, sad.
Did you form any friendships while serving?
Yeah.
And with who?
Yeah, I got a whole bunch of friends. Because we live together in the bay, and very much look like blood brother. So some night you go out with them, you depend on them to help you. In case they attack your troop.
How did you stay in touch with family and friends?
To be local army, you can go home someday. Someday you don't have to go to the troop. You go back to your family, maybe a day or two.
What did you do when you were off duty?
Yeah, just go home and try to help in the family a little bit here and there.
Where were you when the war ended?
At that time, I connect with some American advisor. They come in and they give us some arms supply, ammunition, uniform. So by April 23rd, American advisor tell me, you want to go? Tell your wife, your kid to go. We ask them where we go. They say no, don't know. So that night we go to the inside airport on the bus and wait for the military airplane coming to get you. And they put you on the C-130. You sit on the floor with the safety belt, the whole family, and that maybe about 50 or 60 people on one CD, 130, and they let you go to the Philippines that night. Saigon still okay at that time. And after that, the next day, they send you go to the Guam, and you stay military in Guam about maybe 3 weeks. They transfer you from plane to plane in Guam, and after that they send you go to Arkansas, military base in Arkansas. You stay there about 2 months, and they tell us to do some paperwork, and they say, okay, they got Methodist Church in Peoria, try to sponsor your family, you want to go? I say, yeah. How cold? They say, no, 90 degrees. So I landed here July 4th. Yeah, 1975, and weather 90 degrees.
You were in Arkansas first, right?
Yeah, they sent us to Arkansas.
From the Philippines?
From Philippines we go to Guam.
Oh, and then Arkansas.
Go to Guam about three and a half weeks. And by that time you do the paperwork. You have to fill out the paperwork. What your wife name, how old, stuff like that, how many kids. And they send you from the camp to another camp, 2-3 camp. Finally they go to B-52 airport in Guam. They send you to Arkansas.
And then from Arkansas, where did you go?
From Arkansas, we waited almost 2 months. We do paperwork again. Write out your name, your family name, wife and kid name, and you apply for sponsor. And they come back and you say, okay, you check back on them. They say, yeah. They got the church, Methodist Church in Peoria, try to sponsor you. And that's how we end up in Peoria.
Were you able to stay in touch with your family and friends when you moved here?
No. After we leave in Vietnam, they come in to take over on April 30, and we completely lost the contact to them. Took us about 5 years before we can send some letter back to them. By that time, they real nasty to my family over there because they call us the traitor, leave the country. Yeah, and after that, another maybe more than 10 years after that, Vietnam have starvation, no food, no job. So by that time they change. They say, okay, you guys come back to take care of your family. That's how they open. They say they open arms, so we come home to visit our family or send money back to give to your family, stuff like that.
How did you readjust to civilian life after the war?
Yeah, luckily I over here, so seemed like everything easy. You got, housing and food and job and everything. So everything good.
Have you remained in contact with or reunited with fellow veterans?
Contact who?
Like other veterans from the war?
No, finally we lost all contact. It took long time. The first time I go back to Vietnam took me 17 years. It's a lot of change in by that time. Whole bunch of guy, military guy like me, they told them in the look like jail. Depending on what range you got. Some of them going there for a couple months, some of them going there a couple years, some of them going there more than 10 years. They keep them in the camp, in the training camp and all that stuff. They use different name, but turns out that they make them do the hard labor.
Is that what you would have done had you not come to America?
Yeah, if I stay there, I don't know what happened. Because they may send me go to the what they call training camp. It's just a nice name. It turns out it's just they torture you and everything. You don't know how long. You're not like go to jail. They tell you how many years you serve. That place you don't know, and they send you all the way far away from your family. Sometimes you cannot contact your family for years.
You had a friend that had to go there for 11 years,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. He'd been in there for 11 years. And after that, American, they got some kind of program. I'm not sure what the name of it. If you're in the jail there for 3 years, by the communist, and you do paperwork, they bring you here. They bring you and family here.
So he's here now?
Yeah. Took me about 39 years before I found him.
Are you a member of any veterans organizations?
No.
What have you done since separating from the military?
We completely lost. Because we over here, and we worry about some of our friend, some military guy friend. We know they're in jail. We don't know. Some of them die in jail, some of them, you never know. A lot of changing.
How did your wartime experiences affect your life?
Yeah, it's sad. The people kill the people, stuff like that. A whole bunch of people get killed for Vietnam War, maybe more than a million Vietnam people get killed. About 40,000 American troops get killed in that too.
What are some life lessons you learned from military service?
What they asked? What question?
What are life lessons you learned?
No, not please and go to military. No.
How has your military service impacted your feelings about war and the military in general?
Not good. Doesn't matter what kind of war. Not good. The people get killed every night, get killed every day.
What message would you like to leave for future generations who will hear this interview?
If the government send people to go to the war, they better support them. Let them win the war. Not like Vietnam, they keep send the troops there and they just pull back and they keep doing that stuff. They drop the bomb in North Vietnam and they stop bombing and keep doing all that stuff for years. And that's why the communists got chance to recoup. After they stop the bombing, they recoup again. And that's why it took a long time to stop the war. We hope we don't have any more war, but you never know.
Is there anything else you want to add?
Yeah, the way we thinking, the way I thinking. Okay, wait, stop.